Hey guys, what is going on? Considering that Geese is just around the corner, I decided to open up the Geese trailer and discover all the things I can pick up by looking at his trailer, so that you guys can figure out what kind of character he is and if you would like to play him or not. I know myself, I'm super pumped as I used to love him back in the King of Fighters games, and now that he's in my favourite game at the moment, I'm super hyped. So let's jump in and see what he can do, huh? So in the first clip, we can decipher that since he is attacking after a blocked electric, I'm guessing these moves would be his 1-2 or his go-to jab punish. The low he uses has two things that can be taken away from the clip. The first being it has evasive properties, as you can see Heihachi's 1-1 whiffing. The second thing being it is cancelable into his Reppuken, which is like Akuma's fireball or any kind of projectile. On the command side of things, I would guess it would be something like down 4 into quarter circle forward 2. His air Reppuken looks like a flashy way to deal with pesky lows, just like you see here as he handles the hell sweep. After Jin's CDS 1-2 is blocked here, it essentially looks like this is Geese's 1 grab. So usually, Devil Jin's flying techniques are punished by a delayed hop kick, but it looks like Geese has his own 1-2 air style punish, which is then comboable after the initial hits. It's also a staple move that he's had in past games, so it's great that it has a specific use in Tekken 7. So this to me looks like it would be some sort of down forward 2 into a double Reppuken cancel, which my guess would be quarter circle forward 1+2, similar to how Akuma's fireballs are, the strongest one would be 1+2. Also, this one is just a wild guess, but to me it looks like the Reppukens are low, so they may be jumpable, but I'm not too sure at this point. Here it looks like he does a jab into his thrust punch, which looks to be a mid. So in this clip, it looks like the low we saw at the start of the video can be cancelled into a string that has a spike at the end, which would be a mid, meaning the string may be cancelable with a high at the end to allow mix-up potential. So here we see Geese sidestep Claudio's running 2 and punish with some sort of 1-1 string. Now that could be a natural punish, or it could just be a move they chucked in just for the sake of the trailer. So this kick appears to be similar to a down forward 4 kick to keep out attackers, very similar to Dragunov's down forward 4, and it looks to be just as fast considering it lands while Horang is in flamingo stance. After the wall splat, it looks like Geese re-wall splats with a down forward, then a full crouch 2 into a while standing hit. So even though this does re-wall splat, I'm not sure it's optimal because it takes up one of the wall hits in the process, but it does look cool. So this looks like it could be a back 1 maybe, as it's a high, which he does into a sweeping low using something 4, and here's one of my favourite things about Geese that I cannot wait to play around with. This grab that he does picks up people that are grounded. So in this video it looks like it's guaranteed after the counter hit, but it will no doubt be one of the best mix-ups for Okizeme when opponents like to stay on the ground. This of course is another one of Geese's trademark throws that he has, and my guess is that it is a command grab as it is very high launching and may or may not be able to do things after it. My thought process in this game is anything that launches high and far will be able to wall splat and therefore will be able to continue combos, so I think maybe this might be one of those moves. So this is the best part about Geese's kit when it comes to the way I feel about him. He does some sort of 1 hit, then goes into another one of his signature moves, which is the high roundhouse kick, which will be something 3 as he's using his left leg, which then leads him to his epic parry that I'm ecstatic to have. Now I'm not sure if the kick is safe or not, but it may be used in cases like Dragunov's parry, where you can parry after moves that are unsafe, which makes your opponent think, oh, easy damage, he just did an unsafe move, now I can punish him, but in fact you do your parry straight after it, which makes the move technically safe and you get the easy damage. By looking at the clip though, I'm not sure if he's using it in that sense or not, or if the kick was safe on block. To me it looks pretty safe, but we'll see what we can do with the parry when he comes out. So obviously Law's Dragon Kick can be parried, which so far, to me I thought it was only going to be kicks that are parried until I saw the next clip, that not only you can parry mid-string, but you can also parry swords. And also punches, as we see a lot of people's most hated move being parried, Dragunov's running 2. And on top of that we see Alyssa's chainsaws are also punishable, which makes me wonder if everything can be parried. Which then leads into the best part, Jin's Rage Art can be parried, which makes me wonder if all Rage Arts can be parried, which then means there are endless possibilities for turning the tide of the match. So here we have Geese's armor move, which covers great distance and looks to be very useful, although it would be unsafe considering it does so many things, like it's a wall splat and it's a mid. After this, he continues the combo on to do a roundhouse, which is the first of Geese's screws that we've seen so far. He then continues on to be what my guess was before, some sort of mid poke into a back 2 or maybe 1+2, as he does this double open arm strike into the down forward 1 guess and finally finishes with the force push shown before in the Brian clip. This is where he has some unique tools unseen from the rest of the cast. He seems to enter some sort of energy mode, which will no doubt give him unique properties upon activation, and which I suspect will be a time duration that you can use this for. As you can see in this string, which he did earlier in the clip, the spike I was referring to, this spike now bounces the opponent up for a full combo. So in this variation of the double Reppuken that he does, he's actually glowing blue, so my guess would be that it has more damage or it does something else unique. So here we have a different variation of the armor move mentioned earlier. This one has far away knockdown properties and has 2 hits rather than 1. So the reasons for using it may be that it's advantageous on no wall stages for extra damage. So this is the back 4 speculation we were talking about earlier, and from this clip, it looks like it's one of the moves that screws even while the character is grounded. He continues on to do a short mid poke and into the 3 roundhouse from earlier, and then uses the armor move variant just previously seen to break the balcony, so we at least know it does that, although it was pretty clear as it has very long pushback. So after the balcony bounce, he then goes into possibly his most iconic super, which is his Raging Storm, which if it is based off previous inputs in other games, it would be something like quarter circle forward times 2, 1+2, or something like that. I'm also guessing this system works like a Kumar, as he will have meter to build up, and this is one of the supers that he can use with said meter. But as you can see, after the hit, it knocks them very far away, so combos involving this would most likely be at the end. With that being said, as I mentioned earlier though, it launches them very high in the air and far, so if you are next to a wall, I can almost guarantee you would get a high wall splat and enable the combo to continue further. So in this clip, we see another unique mechanic added to his kit. It looks like the energy mode is able to be used like an FADC, or for those unfamiliar with that term, it means it will enable you to cancel strings into special moves without having to wait and without breaking the combo. This of course will use up some of that meter that we mentioned earlier. So just think like Akuma when he continues his combos, how it wastes a bit of the meter, but you get massive damage off it. So you could probably do these like once or twice in a round, you know what I mean? Geese then goes into his Raigo Reppuken, which I suspect will be another of his supers to choose from. Now this move does not appear to push back anywhere near as much as the previous super, so comboing it may be possible after it. So in our final clip, we see him using a string into the armor move, which appears to have medium-ish pushback even on block, but it may be something like a Death Fist, which is punishable with characters that have long-range launches, such like Dragonor's forward 1+2. Of course, they gave him the most epic rage art they could, which is his Rashomon, which is, as you can see, very hard hitting, and it just looks awesome. So that about does it for the character breakdown speculation from me. I'm pretty hyped, as everyone said he's coming out November 30th, so if he is, then that means he's not very far away, and I can have time to test out all this stuff and get videos up with combos and setups and things like that for you guys. So if you guys want to pick him up, you can see how to use him and things like that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something, and tune in for the next video. Take it easy, guys.